Dear learners, this is Dhana Katoj, teacher educator. As you know, the measurement and the process of assessment, they are very essential to know the effectiveness of teaching learning process. The assessment process tells us about whether the instructional objectives or the objectives of teaching as framed by the teacher have been achieved or not. Moreover, the assessment also tells us about the effectiveness of teaching learning strategies adopted by the teacher and the teaching learning material adopted by the teacher during the classroom transaction process. So, these processes are very important for the successfulness of the teaching learning process. In today's lesson, we are going to discuss about another process, that is evaluation, which is synonymously used with assessment. So, the discussion of today's part will focus on, that is, a brief overview of measurement and assessment. Then we will discuss about the meaning and the elements of evaluation process. Then afterwards, we will deliberate on the similarities and difference between assessment and evaluation processes. And in the last part of today's lecture, we will discuss about the need and importance of evaluation. So today, our discussion will focus on these 4 points. So let us start with a brief overview of measurement and assessment. Now, what do you mean by measurement? As you already know, measurement refers to the process by which the attributes or dimensions of some object or phenomena are quantified. As you already know, that means when any attribute or any quality or any characteristic of an object is quantified or expressed in terms of quantity along with a unit, then that process is referred to as measurement. Example, the hemoglobin value is 15 gram per deciliter. 15 is the quantity and gram per deciliter is the unit. In teaching learning process, measurement of the academic achievement can be done with the help of test, and that test is known as an instrument or the tool of measurement. Assessment is the process by which information is obtained relative to some known objective or goal. That means in assessment there is an objective, and around that objective this assessment process is carried out. Assessment of learning or assessment of academic achievement or performance refers to the collection of all possible data and evidences with respect to learning of concepts in a particular subject. That means in assessment, only the quantified data are not obtained. Rather, in addition to quantified data or in addition to quantitative data, qualitative data is obtained in the process of assessment, and this collection of quantitative and qualitative data is done with the help of different tools and devices which are known as assessment tools. So that means measurement is a process which is narrower in scope, whereas assessment is more wider in scope as compared to measurement. Measurement is the quantification of the attributes or the quality or the characteristic of any object, whereas assessment includes both the quantification as well as gathering of the qualitative information about the object or the human being. As in the case of teaching learning, we can assess the achievement or the learning performance of the students. So there it is not only to gather the marks with the help of tests, we also try to assess what are the particular learning styles of the student, what difficulties are being faced by the students during the process of learning. So all this is included in the process of assessment, and measurement is the part of that assessment. Now today our main discussion will focus on evaluation. Evaluation, which is interchangeably or synonymously used with assessment. Now, what do we mean by evaluation? Evaluation refers to the value judgment made about the phenomena, taking into consideration the quantitative and or the qualitative information collected on it over a particular period of time. Evaluation means we try to make value judgment about the process. For example, the teaching learning process is a phenomena, a procedure, and about that teaching learning process, in evaluation, we try to make a value judgment. taking into consideration the quantitative or the qualitative information or the academic achievement of the student is also a phenomena. About the academic achievement of the students, we try to make the value judgment with the help of evaluation, and for that academic achievement of the students, we gather the quantitative information through different measurement tools or devices and we also gather qualitative information about the students' performance or academic achievement over a long period of time. So that means evaluation is what? It includes the quantitative information about the phenomena plus the qualitative information about the phenomena plus a value judgment is made about that phenomena. That means evaluation includes three things. One is the quantitative information, the second is the qualitative information and about the phenomena under consideration, and the third is the value judgment about that particular phenomena. So all these three things make evaluation. On the basis of evaluation, all possible information regarding the learning of the child, quantitative and qualitative information, are to be properly collected and carefully analyzed before making any judgment on his or her learning status or progress. What this means? This means that when we try to collect information or when we try to make value judgment about a child, whether he has succeeded in a particular learning task or not, if we want to make certain value judgment about that, or if we want to make certain value judgments about the teaching learning process carried out by the teacher in the classroom, then all possible information regarding the academic achievement, regarding the learning of the child, we try to collect both the quantitative information as well as the qualitative information. Now how can we collect this, the quantitative information? That is with the help of testing devices, that is with the help of tests, exams. Now when the test is taken, a score or marks are awarded to the students on that particular test. So that is measurement. That means quantitative information is gathered about the student's achievement, and other is the qualitative information. Now, qualitative information, what is the pace of that particular student? What learning style has been adopted by the student? So all this information, what learning difficulties have been faced by the student during the learning of that particular concept. So all this type of qualitative information are properly gathered, they are properly analyzed, an interpretation or judgment is made regarding the learning progress, learning status of the child, and this whole process is known as evaluation. That means first we gather the quantitative information along with the qualitative information about the learning of the child, and on the basis of that information, we try to analyze that, we try to examine that quantitative information and qualitative information, and on the basis of that we try to make any judgment. We give a judgment about the learning progress or the learning status of the child, and this whole process of examining the quantitative information, qualitative information and making the value judgment is termed as evaluation. Evaluation is a process which includes measurement, that is quantitative information, plus assessment, which is qualitative information, plus a value judgment about the learning status or the learning progress of the child. This is the process of evaluation, which has the wider scope compared to measurement and assessment. Now, what are the elements of evaluation? As we have already discussed, that evaluation includes the quantitative information as well as the qualitative information. That means both measurement and assessment are the parts of evaluation. Evaluation is having the wider scope, whereas measurement is a part of that. We gather quantitative information about the learning progress of the child, we gather qualitative information about the learning progress of child, and that is also a part of evaluation. On the basis of analyzing the measurement results and assessment results, we give a value judgment about the child's learning process, and this whole process is termed as evaluation. So, the two elements of evaluation are measurement and assessment. Plus, on the basis of that, value judgment is made. Now, what are the similarities and differences between assessment and evaluation? Because these two terms are used synonymously by the teachers or the parents. So, what are the similarities? Assessment refers to the collection of data and the gathering of evidence from different sources through different tools, whereas evaluation refers to bringing meaning to the collected data through interpretation, analysis, and reflection. That means in evaluation, what we do? We take the data from the assessment process and the measurement process, and we try to interpret that data. We try to give a meaning to that data collected on the basis of measurement and assessment. We try to analyze that data, interpret that data. We try to give meaning to that data. We try to reflect on that data. And finally, we try to give a value judgment regarding the learning status or the learning progress of the particular child. So, this is the first difference. Second difference you can see on the screen is that assessment provides feedback on performance of the student, specifying his or her strengths and areas for improvement, which provides insights for taking appropriate steps for improving the learning. Evaluation based on the collected evidences determines the standard met and the levels of success or failure in meeting these standards. That means, on the basis of assessment results, we provide feedback to the students regarding his performance or regarding his strengths in a particular learning task, or what are his weaknesses where he or she requires improvement. So, in assessment, the strengths and the weaknesses of the student in a particular learning task, they are identified, they are specified, the insights or the suggestions for taking appropriate steps are given so that the learning could be enhanced among the students. That means assessment is a process in which feedback regarding the strengths, regarding the weaknesses, regarding the particular learning difficulties are identified, and steps are taken for appropriate improvement of learning among the students. So, this is assessment. In the case of evaluation, we try to examine the evidences collected through measurement and assessment processes, and we try to determine the standards met and the level of success or failure in meeting these standards. That means, in evaluation, what we do, we try to make a judgment whether the student has achieved the objectives of teaching learning process or not, whether the standards have been met by the students or not, or whether the student has succeeded, failed in meeting the set standards or parameters. That means evaluation gives us the final result or the final achievement of the parameters or the standards set by the teacher for the students. That means assessment is to find out the strengths, to find out the weaknesses, and to give suggestions for improving the learning, whereas evaluation goes one step ahead, on the basis of which we try to determine whether the set parameters, whether the set standards have been met, or to what extent the student has succeeded or failed in meeting those parameters or not. That means evaluation is the final result or the value judgment about that particular process. In both the processes, similarities are there. In both assessment and evaluation, the instructional decisions are carefully made by examining evidence of students' performance, attitude towards learning, and understanding over a period of time. That means in both the assessment processes as well as the evaluation processes, the decisions regarding the teaching learning process are carefully made by examining, by taking into consideration the students' performance. That means how to teach the students in future course. Those decisions are based on students' performance. What is the attitude of students towards learning? On the basis of this instructional designs or decisions regarding the classroom processes are taken by the teacher, and what is the attitude of the student towards the content matter or the teaching learning process, all are taken into consideration, and on the basis of that the instructional decisions or the instructional strategies or the lessons are designed by the teachers. That means assessment and evaluation are similar to a larger extent, and that is why very often both the terms are used synonymously. But the difference is that assessment is narrower in scope, whereas evaluation is more wider in scope. So, now evaluation. Why evaluation? What is its need? There are certain queries. If there is any need of conducting evaluation, what processes constitute evaluation? Which we have already discussed that evaluation includes measurement, assessment, and value judgment. Then, when to evaluate? Whether it should be a single shot event or it should be a continuous, it should be done regularly, it should be a periodic process. So, what is to be evaluated? All dimensions of holistic personality of the child, or only some particular dimensions or only the intellectual domain. Then how to evaluate, whether there is a single tool or single technique to evaluate the student's progress, or there are multiple tools and techniques to evaluate the student's progress. Classroom processes, to what extent they have to be met. Now, so these questions have to be answered. The first question was that why do we need this? What is the importance of evaluation? You can see on the screen that evaluation is needed to ascertain the child's development in various dimensions at different stages. That means at different stages, at childhood stage, at the adolescent stage, at the adulthood stage, how the individual has developed in terms of different dimensions. For that purpose, we need evaluation. Then, another need to evaluate the student's progress is to certify the learner in terms of what has been achieved and what is still missing. That means, as a teacher, you also make assessment, you also take tests in the schools, and you try to find out whether the student has achieved or whether the student has learned this particular concept or not, or what are the particular learning difficulties faced by the students. We do this thing in class to certify the learner whether what has been learned by the student and what is not understood or what is still missing in that particular aspect. In order to do that, we need evaluation. Then, to identify the learning difficulties of the child. What are the particular parts of content matter which have not been understood by the child? In order to identify those learning difficulties, those hard spots, we need evaluation. Then, on basis of that identification of hard spots or the learning difficulties, what we do? We provide remediation, the remedial measures, so that learning difficulties could be removed and learning can be enhanced among the students. On the basis of evaluation results, we try to design remedial measures to enhance the learning. Then, to ascertain the effectiveness of 3 M's, that is, matter, methods, and materials, we require evaluation. Now, these 3 M's are matter, methods, and materials. First, we try to identify to ascertain whether the content matter which was taken for teaching learning process, to what extent that content matter was effective, whether the students have taken interest in the learning of that content matter. In order to ascertain the effectiveness of content matter, we need evaluation. Secondly, in order to transact that particular content matter or in order to make the students learn about that particular content matter, we apply different teaching methods in order to know to what extent those teaching methods have been effective. In order to do that, we need evaluation. If the students have understood about the content matter through a particular teaching method, then we can say that particular method has been successful in terms of teaching learning of this particular content matter. So for that, we need evaluation. Then, in order to transact the content matter in an effective manner, you as a teacher also make use of many teaching learning materials, teaching aids, or self improvised teaching learning materials. Why do you do that? You do that so that learning can be enhanced, it can be improved to optimum level, it can be increased to optimum level among the students. Now, if you have to use a particular teaching learning material or a teaching aid, to what extent those teaching learning material have been proved effective. In order to know, in order to ascertain the effectiveness of teaching learning material, teaching learning aids, we have to evaluate our teaching process as well as students learning. On the basis of students learning results, judgment whether that particular method has been successful or has been effective in enhancing the learning among the students or not. Then, evaluation is needed to grade a child to promote him to the next class. That means to grade a child as whether he is falling in A grade, B grade, outstanding, excellent, or other grades as specified by the different examining bodies or the school authorities. Promoting him to the next class on the basis of those grades, we need evaluation. Another need of evaluation is to make evaluation as assessment of and for learning. Assessment of learning means on the basis of evaluation or on the basis of assessment, we try to grade the child. and to promote him to the next class, that is assessment of learning. That means we assess or we evaluate the learning among the students so that he or she can be graded and promoted to the next class. Whereas the assessment for learning, this means we try to identify the learning difficulties of the students and provide remedial measures so that the learning can be enhanced, learning can be improved, learning can be increased so that the students achievement can be enhanced among the students. So this is assessment for learning. So as a teacher, we must know whether the assessment is being done for grading the students or whether it is done for improving the learning of the students. If it is done for grading the students, then it will be assessment of learning. And if the assessment or evaluation is done for identifying the learning difficulties and enhancement of learning, then it will be termed as assessment for learning. So, for all these reasons, we need evaluation. So, learners, today we discussed the processes of measurement, assessment, and evaluation, and the need and importance of evaluation. I hope you all have understood about the aspects of measurement, assessment, and evaluation in a better way. Thanks a lot.